Today we are discussing question and answers for Splunk Core Certified Consultant SPLK-3003. If you like this content helpful, please like, comment and subscribe. To find the complete list of question and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. When utilizing a sub-search within a Splunk SPL search query, which of the following statement is accurate? Sub-searches have to be initiated with the sub-search command. Option B. Sub-searches can only be utilized with the input lookup command. Option C. Sub-searches have a default result output limit of 10,000. Option D. There is no specific limitations when using sub-searches. The correct answer is option C. When using SAML, where does user authentication occur? Option A. Splunk generates a SAML assertion that authenticates the user. Option B. The service provider SP decodes the SAML request and authenticates the user. Option C. The identity provider IDP decodes the SAML request and authenticates the user. And option D. The user provides SP generates a SAML assertion that authenticates the user. The correct answer is option A. Which of the following server roles should be configured for the host which indices its internal logs locally? Option A. Cluster master. Option B. Indexer. Option C. Monitoring console MC. Option D. Search head. The correct answer is option B. Moving towards the next question. The Splunk validated architect's SVAS document provides a series of approved Splunk topologies. Which statement accurately describes how it should be used by the customer? Option A. Customers should look at the category tables, pick the highest number that has budget permits, then select the design topology as the chosen design. Option B. Customers should identify their requirements, provisionally choose an approved design that meets them, then consider design principles and best practices and come to an informed design decision. Option C. Using the guided requirements, gathering the SVAS document, choose a topology that suits requirements and be sure not to deviate from the specified design. Option D. Choose an SVA topology code that includes search head and indexer clustering because it offers the highest level of resilience. The correct answer is option B. Our next question is, in a large cloud customer environment, how many greater than 100 dynamically created endpoint system, each with a UF already deployed? What is the best approach for associating these systems with the appropriate server class for the deployment server? Option A. Work with the cloud orchestration team to create a common host naming convention for these systems so a simple pattern can be used in the server class.conf whitelist attribute. Option B. Create a CSV lookup file for each server class, manually keep track of the endpoints within the CSV file, and leverage the whitelist.from the underscore path name attribute in server class.conf. Option C. Work with the cloud orchestration team to dynamically insert an appropriate client name settings into each endpoint's local deployment client.conf, which can be matched by the whitelist in server class.conf. Option D. Using an installation bootstrap script, run a CLI command to assign a client name settings and permit serverclass.conf whitelist simplification. The correct answer is option C. Our next question is, which of the following is the most efficient search A? Please have a look at the options. Option A, B, C and D. The correct answer is option C. Our next question is, a customer has 30 indexers in a indexer cluster configuration and 2 search heads. They are working on writing SPL search for a particular use case but are concerned that it takes too long to run for short time duration. How can the search job inspector capabilities be used to help to validate and understand the customer concerns? Option A. Search Job Inspector provides statistics to show how much time and the number of events each indexer has processed. Option B. Search Job Inspector provides a search health check capability that provides an optimized SPL query to the customer should try instead. Option C. Search Job Inspector cannot be used to help troubleshoot the slow performing search. Customers should review index equals minus introspection instead. Option D. The customer is using the transaction SPL search command, which is known to be slow. The correct answer is option A. Our next question is, a customer would like to remove the output underscore file capability from users with the default user role to stop them from filling up the disk on the search head with lookup files. What is the best way to remove this capability from users? Option A. Create a new role without the output underscore file capability that inherits the default user role to assign it to the users. Option B. Create a new role with the output underscore file capability that inherits the default user role and assign it to the users. Option C. Edit the default user role and remove the output underscore file capability. Option D. Clone the default user role, remove the output underscore file capability and assign it to the users. The correct answer is option C. Our next question is, a working search head cluster has been set up and used for 6 months with just the native local Splunk user authentication method in order to integrate the search heads with the external Active Directory server using LDAP. Which of the following statement represents the most appropriate method to deploy the configuration to the servers? Option A. Configure the integration in the base configuration app located in SH cluster apps directory or the search head deployer. Then deploy the configuration to the search head using the Splunk apply sh bundle command. Option B. Log on to each search using a command line utility. Modify the authentication.conf and authorize.conf files in base configuration apps to configure the integration. Option C. Configure the LDAP integration in one search head using the setting, access controls, authentication method and settings, access controls, role Splunk UI menus. The configuration setting will replicate to the other nodes in the search head cluster, eliminating the need to do this in the other search heads. Option D. On each search head, login and configure the LDAP integration using the settings, access controls, authentication method, and settings, access controls, role Splunk UI means. The correct answer is option C.